Alrighty, so the video of me taking a pregnant homeless woman out for a meal on the way to rehab. This is probably my most popular video, or the video that I'm most well known for, although it's not the video that has the most views. I most recently posted this video 2 years ago, and it currently has 337,000 views, which is a nice amount of views, but it's not my most viewed video by any means. I think my most viewed video has 8 million or 10 million or something like that. But it's a video that a lot of people are interested in. A lot of people have given me compliments for. Just for the background information on this particular incident, it occurred on September 19th, 2019 at about 3:30 in the morning. This was about a year before I started the body camera channel, and I never intended anyone to ever find out about this. I don't think I ever told my wife. I never told my friends at work. The only person I told about this incident was the dispatcher, because I didn't want her to think that I was milking my runs. We call that milking your calls. When you take a call that you should clear up very quickly, but you sit on it for a long time because you're a lazy cop. I didn't want the dispatcher to think that I was being lazy, so I did let her know what I was doing. Now, how did we come to this situation? It's kind of a funny story. So I told you that I actually got there at 3:47 a.m. The call that I responded to came in at 3:02 a.m. And I think she actually had multiple calls prior to that. Let's just say she'd been calling in since 2:30 in the morning. So she had to wait for a little over 2 hours for a police officer. The reason she had to wait so long is because when she called in, said she needs a ride to Maryhaven, everybody assumes that she's trying to get a ride to the drunk tank. That's usually what we do on third shift when we're taking someone to Maryhaven. And we are not in a hurry to go pick someone up because they got too drunk and need to go out to the drunk tank. A lot of homeless people abuse that, use it as a place to get a free meal and a roof over their head for the night, get let out in the morning, get drunk, and do it all over again. So typically those people get put way to the bottom of the priority list, and it was a very busy night. The other thing that happened that particular night is it was the 3000 numbers of West Broad Street, and there was an auto parts store connected to the address. If you know anything about that part of Broad Street and Wilson, just west of, there's actually 2 auto parts stores. One of them is open 24/7. The other one is not. So when I get a call out to those numbers of West Broad Street, I automatically just go to the one that's open 24/7, because why would anybody be at the auto parts store that's closed at 3:45 in the morning? So she had been calling in asking for a cruiser to respond, and I had been driving to the wrong location. I was the only car clear that night for a couple of hours, and every time I saw that run pop up on the board, I tried to go find her. She wasn't there. That's because I was going to the 24-hour auto parts store, not the auto parts store that was closed. That's where she was. It's kind of funny because as I was driving there, I even pulled up her mugshot, and that's what you're looking at here. This is me looking at her mugshot, wanting to know exactly what she looks like, so that if she's in the parking lot, I can call her out for misuse of 911, or for repeatedly and continually calling 911 just for a ride. When I arrived on scene, you guys have all seen the video. If not, you're going to see it in just a moment. This is what I came up on. So she explained the situation, how she needed to get to rehab, why she needed to get to rehab, and why she had called me. And I immediately felt really bad. I felt small at that moment in time. I felt bad that she'd waited so long for help. She was reaching out for help. And I felt that the system had kind of failed her that night. And I was a part of that. So, I loaded her stuff up in the car and off we went. But also really close to that rehab facility where I was taking her, I knew for a fact that there's a 24-hour McDonald's on the south end of town. I usually would stop at that McDonald's if I was hungry and I was down that way. This particular night, I happened to be hungry. I was down that way, and I had a pregnant woman in the backseat of the car. So I assumed she was hungry as well. I wanted to make up for, her being so frustrated and the whole system kind of letting her down. So I offered to take her to this 24-hour McDonald's. As it turned out, that McDonald's was closed for renovations. So we went to the White Castle across the road. We actually, we pulled off in a parking lot. We got out of the car, stood at the hood of the car, had our meal, and had an actual real conversation. You'll see that conversation, and in it, I even talk a little bit about my personal history and why it is that I became a police officer. Then we loaded back up, and off we went, off to rehab. A little bit of follow-up. I see a lot of people saying, you know, oh, God bless this officer. Thank you for getting her to rehab. I hope she's doing well now. Just so you know, she's not doing so well now. She's, to the best of my knowledge, she's still alive. She's still out there. But she did not get clean. She had that baby. I think she's had another baby since. And last time I checked, she actually had a warrant for prostitution. So, you know, we do these things, and we don't often get the follow-up that we need. Unfortunately, sometimes when we do look these people up, that bout in rehab was not the one that it takes. Hopefully, for her sake and for the sake of everybody that's out there that's dealing with these kind of issues, she finds a way to get herself clean, but it has not happened yet. So I think that's it for this introduction. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'll talk to you soon.
I called Mary Haven. Mary Haven told me to call Nat Care. Nat Care told me to call you.
Okay, what's going on?
I went to ride to Mary Haven.
Okay, why? What's going on?
I'm pregnant, I'm homeless, and I'm a drug addict, and I'm done.
Okay, so you're trying to get treatment?
Yeah. And Grant Hospital told me that Mary Haven has to take me if I go there because I'm pregnant, that's their policy. But I have no way to get there because I have to go to the one on Jenkins because the one downtown won't accept me because I'm pregnant.
Which location do you have to go to?
The one on Jenkins and High Street.
Jenkins and High? There's staff there at night?
I called them at 1 o'clock.
Okay. Clear yourself in the back of my car. Here, let me get this out of the way. Just put it right here. You have anything in your pockets or anything?
Just a phone.
Okay. Come over this side. Have you sit back here. Alright. 192.
192.
I found her. I'm going to have a female 5-1 to the area of Jenkins and High.
Sure.
I've never taken anyone to that location before.
Yeah, I guess you guys do usually take them downtown, but they won't accept me being pregnant.
Okay.
Okay.
Where have you been staying recently?
In that field behind the...
190, they just had your run. Apparently the car wasn't even there yet.
Sorry, where were you staying?
In the field behind Healthy Pets and Westgate right there.
Okay, like in a tent or something?
No, just on the grass. The blanket.
Are there other people back there?
My husband was.
Where's he at?
I have no idea where he went.
When's the last time you saw him?
Like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We ripped up our marriage license and I don't know where he went after that.
Why didn't you go to Maryhaven sooner than tonight?
Because we didn't want to be separated, but I don't care anymore.
Well, I mean, you're very pregnant, right?
I'm 44 weeks.
I mean, shouldn't that be enough motivation to get you in somewhere?
Well, I was going to Grant, which is the Suboxone doctor, and was trying to do it without actually going to inpatient, but I can't do it.
Okay. How long have you been living on the street?
For about a month.
Where were you guys staying before that?
With people we thought was friends, thought they were paying the rent, and they didn't, and we all ended up being evicted because the house wasn't in our name, so we was giving them our rent money.
Where was that at?
Sullivan Avenue.
Where about on Sullivan?
Yes, it is.
No, where about on Sullivan?
I think so. It's very bad on Sullivan, which it is.
Yeah, that is
between
too.
Catherine and Ryan.
Oh, okay. Are you hungry? You want to go get a burger on the way? Are you in a huge hurry to get in there, or you want to take an extra 10 minutes?
I'm fine taking an extra 10 minutes. I'm always hungry.
Alright. I think there's a McDonald's down here that's open. And I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah. Been a busy night.
It has been. And I started off hungry, so...
That's not a good combination.
No, I've been on a diet and I've lost like 26 pounds.
That's good.
Yeah, but the diet ends on Sunday and I'm already ready for it to be done. And I usually pack like extra protein bars and stuff in case I don't get time to eat.
Yeah.
But I ate that last night and I forgot to pack another one.
That's not good.
That's alright. I've still got food, but I don't feel like eating that right now. Oh no, is it not open at night? The lights are off. Well.
Oh, there's a sign that they're remodeling.
Well. You want White Castles or anything?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm pregnant. I'll eat anything.
Yeah, well, I was craving McDonald's.
Right. Well, where I was at, being homeless right there, you get McDonald's a lot.
Yeah, I'm assuming. So what would you like at White Castle?
Just a couple cheese sliders.
Okay. Anything else?
A small Coke.
Okay. You want to make it a meal?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Walker White Castle, how can I help you?
Hey, can I get 2 number 2s? A Coke with one, and then I just make it 2 Cokes.
Okay, what else can I get for you?
That is it. So I never get White Castle,
Right.
so I don't even know what I ordered, but it looked like cheeseburgers to me.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
Room drink carrier?
No, I got 2 cup holders in here. I don't think she's gonna let me pay.
You get that a lot being a cop once they drive throughs.
Yeah, about half the places will charge and half don't.
Yeah. At Dunkin' Donuts, we always gave free coffee.
Yeah. But I just found out tonight, the one McDonald's I used to always get coffee at, they're not open at night anymore.
Yeah.
So in the wintertime, I don't know where I'm going to get my coffee.
White Castle.
Well, that White Castle over by Broad and Wilson,
Yeah.
they have their employees change over so much. Sometimes they'll have good coffee, and then sometimes the coffee will be cold.
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped going there. There used to be a girl that worked in there that knew me, like she just recognized me.
Yeah.
And I even went, I was working plainclothes one night, so I wasn't in a cruiser and I wasn't in uniform. I ordered my coffee, and she recognized my voice, so she gave it to me for free when I came up to the window.
Certified has pretty good coffee. And there's
Yeah.
usually a cop who's on duty in there, so they have their coffee's usually always fresh.
Yeah, they're really cool. We go in there a lot. I never really drank their coffee. I like McDonald's coffee a lot, so I always like going to McDonald's. We'll see. I got a couple more months before it gets cold.
Right.
It was really nice when Tim Hortons was open at night. They always
Yeah.
gave us free coffee.
They didn't stay open very long, all night long, though.
I mean, it was several years they were open all night, but then they just stopped.
You want ketchup or anything?
Do you want any ketchup or anything? All right, no. Are you gonna let me pay for it?
No.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You too. All right, we'll go around the corner. Alright. Would you like to sit down and have your food, or you want to come out?
What do you mean?
Yeah, if you want to come out and stand up and eat, or if you want to sit down. I don't know if you've been.
I'll stand
How
up.
tired you are. Here, we'll get up on the hood of the car.
Okay.
There's that.
Wall battery. 1019 was returned to 1644.
There you go. 8 years. I've been on.
Did you always want to be a cop?
No.
No?
It's funny. When I was a kid, when I was getting ready to graduate high school, I thought that maybe I'd want to be a cop. So I pulled up next to an officer in my hometown, and I asked him some questions about like how to become a police officer and stuff. And he told me his name was Officer Super. And he looked at me and he goes, "You know what, Spence?" He's like, "You seem like you're a pretty smart kid." He goes, "Don't do this." It's like, "Don't do this with your life." It's like, "Go do something else." Yeah. He said he wouldn't wish it on anybody. So I went in the military. Then when I got out of the military, I got a degree in economics, and I worked as a financial advisor for like 5 years. And what's on these burgers? They don't have mayonnaise or anything.
No, it's just
Oh, okay.
cheese, pickles, and
Good.
onions.
I can handle that. But I had a bunch of clients who were police officers for Columbus, and they told me that I'd like the job, and so I took the test, and then I got hired.
Yeah.
So I left my job working at a bank to come do this at night. I've been doing it for 8 years now.
That is very crazy.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle was a CPD.
Oh, really?
He's retired now.
When
Richard Griggs. When he first started, he was he'd go around and pick up prostitutes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he met his now wife.
Oh my gosh.
Like, she wasn't a prostitute or whatever, but he was doing that and didn't want to tell her at first that that's what he was doing on the job. But as he retired, he was an undercover narcotics officer. I'm pretty sure he was somewhere down Hilltop or Bottoms area, but I don't know for sure because I guess we weren't allowed to know.
Well, they cover a lot of ground too.
Yeah.
So, but those guys tend to work the whole city, probably everywhere between the South End and the Hilltop.
Well, he doesn't talk to me very often.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's not allowed to. It's against their policy because I have felonies on my record. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still family, like, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've reported some drug houses to him,
Mm-hmm.
hoping that if they get busted, that I'm forced to stop. But my mom usually calls and tells him because it's her brother.
So you let her know, and then
Yeah, and then she lets him know, and he lets whoever in that area know.
But he's retired now, right?
I guess he still goes in a couple days a week sometimes.
Huh. Say his name is Griggs? I'll look him up.
He either goes by Richard or Bruce.
Okay, well, we have a personnel list. I can just look him up by last name and see. I have a buddy on the department. His last name is Armentrout, but I'm pretty sure you're not related to him.
I don't think so. That was my dad's last name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got hired together. He works up north. So you guys really just been living out in that field?
Yeah.
Crazy. Isn't there people around that area that have tents and stuff?
They're like back in the woods. At first we were staying in the storage shed. I know it's illegal too, but somehow the owner found out and came. It was like 10:30 at night, and he came there Luckily, we had just got there and didn't have any blankets or anything out. I told him we was just in there changing our clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't too much you could do about it, but obviously we didn't stay in there no more. So then we were staying on the lot across from it, which is Lee's lot, and somehow the city got called on us for that. So we got kicked off of there. So the last week and a half we've stayed in that lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
At least the weather's been okay.
Right. It does get kind of chilly at night and first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But we had blankets and stuff.
I know some of the people that have tents have a pretty nice setup in their tents.
Oh yeah, they do.
I used to.
They're just like cool with it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cool with it. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do that for years and years. Like
Do you have other kids?
yes, this is my 5th kid.
Where are the other ones at?
In Kentucky with my mother.
Okay. Are you gonna try to get clean and go down there?
I'm probably not going to go to Kentucky.
No.
But that is my goal, is to get clean and get Kaylee and Raiden back. I want Damien and Mason back, but they're 15 and 14 now. And they were a year and a half and 8 months old or so when my mom first started getting them all the time. So she's had them this whole time. So. And they go to school down there. They're doing really good in schooling and everything, so I don't want to take them from her.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be adults in a couple years anyways. Like, obviously, if they say, Mom, we want to come with you, I would get them as well. But Kaylee and Raiden's only 4 and 2.
How often do you see them?
Usually once a month.
Hmm.
And when we had a ride, I'd see them a couple times a month because I would drive down to Kentucky. But my mom always tries to come at least once a month to bring them to me.
That's been a long time.
Yeah. My baby girl turns 5 on Friday. Tomorrow.
I've got a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, 5 and 7. And I turned 40 this weekend.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday. I'm only 33. My husband and me, between the two of us, we have 7 kids. 6 boys and 1 girl. Kaylee's the only
Wow.
girl. Because this is a boy, too.
When are you due?
January 11th.
You think Mary Haven's going to help you get a place?
Grant said they would. Because on my paperwork to come back next Tuesday, they gave me the number, but they called it masks or something. And she said because you are pregnant, they have a walk indoor policy. You can go anytime during the day, anytime during the night. Because you are pregnant, they have to accept you. So it was either that or they was going to kick me out of the Suboxone clinic, and then I'd be screwed on the baby, and Children's Services would get involved, and I'd just lose the baby automatically because it would be born addicted to drugs, and I would have drugs in my system, and I don't want that.
Well, I'm sure there's definitely some stuff going on right now with the stuff that you're using in the baby too. So it's best that you get in some place,
Right.
rather than off the street. Cause,
But I didn't want to leave my husband. Like we didn't want to be separated.
well,
But
this is a little bit more important.
it's more important to take care of me and my baby. And he ripped up our marriage license tonight, pulled the blankets from me and took them all from me, and left. I said, all right, bitch, bet you'll never see me again. And he don't know that I left. He don't know where I went. And he'll have no way to contact me. Because if he calls Mary Haven, they won't let him know that I'm there, and they don't allow any visits or anything there while you're there. So nobody knows that I called you guys but my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's not going to tell him.
And you don't plan on seeing him anymore?
Nope.
Well, I mean, if that's the right thing to do, then I hope that you stick to it. But most of the time, people don't stick with that story, and they go back on it.
This is the 3rd time I'm done. I want my baby girl back. And he obviously isn't going to do nothing to improve our situation. Because it just keeps getting worse. I got to quit being selfish and thinking about me.
Yeah.
Because I brought kids into this world, and it should be about them. Because they don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not fair.
No, I mean, kids born in that situation have a hard life.
Yes, they do, and it's not fair to them. And that's what I told him before, like, because I've been on and off drugs pretty much my whole life. I've always been able to stop when I was pregnant, because I feel that that's not a decision as a mother that I can make for them to do drugs, and I don't want to harm my kids. But with this one, I can't stop, and I think it's just the extra stress and being homeless, which you would think it'd be easier to stop because you wouldn't have the money, but there's all kinds of ways to make money. Just standing there holding the sign, even though it's illegal, I can make $100, $120 a day that I wouldn't make sitting in a house, you know? So,
Where do you guys usually stand at?
right in front of Kroger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they don't run you off or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yep. A few times they have.
It's crazy, though. How much you spend on drugs a day, you think?
Like $30, $40.
Oh, really? That's all?
It's too much, but it could be worse. I do try to not to do a lot of it, but if I don't have the Suboxone or I want to get high, I also don't want to be sick, because that can harm the baby as well. The stress of me withdrawing and me being sick can kill the kid. So when you're sick and don't have anything, it's easier to come up with that $10 than it is for the $20 for a Suboxone. Because they're more than the actual drugs are, because they want to keep you hooked. They don't want you to get off of them, because then they don't have their business no more.
Yeah.
You know, I think they know that.
Well, and I know that, like, for the girls down on Sullivan, they give them free dope all the time just to keep them working.
A lot of people come up and tell me that. Like, I've had people walk up to me and ask me, and I tell them no, because I know it sounds crazy, but if I don't know you and I can't, like, don't trust you, I'm not just going to sniff something, because I don't want it to kill me. Like, if I feel as if I'm not a friend, I can't really say a friend, because a friend wouldn't sell a friend drugs. That could potentially kill them. But if you're not somebody that I feel I can trust, I'm not just going to get drugs off of anybody. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Make sure my walkie's still working.
I got a little bit of common sense to me, but when you're sick or high, that you don't think about it. Like,
Okay, copy.
I don't know. I've never degraded myself. I've never went out and sold myself. Like, and there's been days where it'd be so much easier to do that. And I was amazed by standing on the corner how many men actually ask women that stuff. Like, I probably get asked it 4, 5, 6 times a day. Like, dude, I'm holding a sign. I'm not walking the fucking streets. Why do you keep asking me? And they'll be like, are you sure? Or they'll come back and shit. Like, no, never once in my life have I ever done it. I'm not going to start now.
Once you start doing that, you really lose sight of things.
That's what I figure, like, because I know it'd be easy money. You know what I mean? But I'm cool.
Yeah.
I still have a little bit of self-pride.
It's funny. Every once in a while I'll be driving down Sullivan, and there will be like an attractive girl walking down the road who's not working, and you can see all the cars pull off to her.
Yep.
One night, I mean, she must have just been leaving a friend's house or something. She was she looked real nice. She was wearing nice clothes, young girl. And I saw like 3 guys pull up to her, and she told them all to go away. And I pulled up and offered her a ride. I was like, do you want a ride so that guys stop doing this? And she's like, she's like, I live right down the street, so I'm good now. I'm like, all right. But it's funny just watching dudes do that stuff.
I think that's 16 and a half.
And it's crazy that dudes actually do it, because
Okay,
I would say every single one of them have something. Because they're doing that with multiple people. And I'm sure 90% of them are IV drug users. I know I said I do the heroin, but I sniff it. Doesn't make it no better than the next, but they're potentially getting everything, and it's dirty. Like,
yeah. Well, it's gross.
Yeah. Go home and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Something.
No, I can't imagine. Well, and I think a lot of it, is guys that want to have control over women. You know,
Yeah.
they like the fact that they have this woman who's like weak and desperate, and that turns them on.
Yeah.
To me, it's just not my thing.
No, that's just crazy.
Mhm.
190.
Well, plus, I mean, obviously, I arrest a lot of people, and I arrest a lot of people on Sullivan Avenue.
Oh, I'm
A
sorry.
lot of those,
Okay.
a lot of those girls are kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I see some of them in the Busta magazines, like, somebody was buying that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's,
really?
well, it's even worse when they're in your car and you smell them, and no, it's nasty.
And that's the other thing, too.
And they got all their MRSA wounds that are seeping, and
How many men do you pick up on that?
that we pick up like with hookers or that
no,
are hookers.
that are hookers.
Well, like I'm not Vice, so I don't get into that. Like I don't, and you have to be undercover basically to arrest the prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
I just arrest people who I know are prostitutes, you know.
Okay.
And but I've talked to a lot of dudes who are drug addicts that will suck a guy's dick for money. I mean, I've seen that multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are like that. They're on the street and they're addicts, and it is what it is. And there's a lot of guys
they're gay
that
for the stay, they're just gay
Yeah.
for the drug.
yeah, there's a lot of guys that like gay guys that'll come down to Sullivan Avenue looking for dudes. Like I didn't talk to the guy in the car last night, but I talked to a guy who came and flagged me down. He's like, hey, there's a guy in a white car that pulled up and offered to suck my dick and all this other stuff. So
Right.
here, I'll take the trash over there.
Thank you.
You can hang on to your Coke unless you're done with it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get rid of this one.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's get you down there so I don't get in trouble for taking too long.
Okay, copy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So in 8 years, you're only the second person I've ever taken out to eat. Well, take it back, the third person.
Yeah.
But you're only second person I've ever taken for burgers. The third one was a guy who was crazy as all get out, and he was like schizophrenic and saw things, and I wanted him to go to net care, but he refused to go, and he always called me a fat donut eating piece of shit. So I told him that I'll take him out and I'll eat donuts with him if he agrees to go to net care.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right. So he hopped in the car, we went and got a donut, and then I took him to net care.
That's awesome. At least
Yeah.
he went finally.
Yeah, he got a case manager and started getting on medication and everything.
That's awesome.
But then he screwed up and he got kicked out of the apartment that he was put in, and now he's out on the street smoking crack all the time.
Well, that sucks.
But at least I tried.
Right.
The other guy, though, that I helped out, he's doing real good. I actually ran into him at a gas station one day, and he came up to me with a big smile on his face and said he's working at FedEx now, and he's doing real good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that guy, it was wintertime, and he called in saying that
6B, sorry.
if he didn't get something to eat, he was going to kill himself. So I took him to Burger King. When that Burger King on Broad Street used to be open at night. I bought him a double Whopper with cheese, and then I took him to the hospital.
That's awesome, though.
Alright, so we'll see. They're supposed to have someone here 24/7?
Yes.
I'm going to just check real quick.
Okay.
Is this open? Is this open? Oh,
Okay. I think
they have a CPD officer in there.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey, I didn't know this place existed, and I definitely didn't know there was a CPD officer in here.
Yeah.
This young lady is very pregnant, and she called a couple of the places, and they told her that if she came here, you guys would let her in.
Well, what's her name?
Sarah Armentrout.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me check, because I don't think we're taking walk-ins right now, but let me check.
Okay. Yeah, she was told by Grant that because she's pregnant, she had to be let in.
154.
She might have some stuff in her bag. Do you have any paperwork from Grant in your?
No, but Mary Haven's actually the one who referred me to Grant.
Because she's getting Suboxones through like some kind of program at Grant. She's homeless. And she's like out to here pregnant.
Go take them. You know where they're at. Go get them.
All right. There's that.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Good
Have a
luck
great
with
night.
everything.
Be safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Great work.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully I don't see you anymore.
Yep.
All right.